We're doing the Beanbag Bop.
Bop, bop,
It's the Beanbag Bop.
bop, bop.
What's some of the rest of the song, Alex? You all listen to this more than me.
Everybody
Throw your bean bags high.
doing the bop.
If you would post the video that I made dancing to it, you would know the words, but
I don't know who you're speaking to because that was Jim's job.
You were supposed
yeah,
to put it
well,
on YouTube.
Oh, because
It's
YouTube has
there.
just started. We haven't had it for so long to put on Instagram or anything, Jim.
Put it on the YouTube.
Put it on anything else, Jim.
All right, fine.
There you go.
It's supposed to be in my inbox. Is it still there? Yep.
Oh, yeah, like I messed with it.
You did.
So you're going to do that,
Yeah, I
Jim,
believe
right?
that was the screaming match last week.
Let's get to the Beanbag Bop.
All right, so a few things here, Nate. All day Saturday, and I didn't see as much on Sunday, but I wasn't in the Twitter sphere as much. Twitter was on fire with talks of false starts along the edge of offensive lines that were not being called. One, did you hear any of this chatter? And what were your thoughts if you did engage in this, see this, and witness what people were discussing?
I didn't see where people were talking about this, but I've seen it basically all year. But yeah, it did seem like there was a lot on the offensive tackles in both games on Saturday where they're just getting early starts on these edge rushers.
Yeah, there was definitely. I mean, I agree. I think there's always like that little like in between, like, how much are we going to do this? For you as an official, what would be like? How are you supposed to call it? And is there any, I guess, grace given to an offensive tackle based on like a silent count or something like that?
Well, if you're watching your keys, you're looking straight down the line of scrimmage, so you can see the ball. And if you see any movement on the offensive line before the ball snapped, it's a dead giveaway. I mean, the first one you might let him go and just tell him, hey, 70, whatever number you're wearing today, you're getting a little jumpy on the snap count here. Make sure you're not doing it. I have to hit you next time.
Okay.
So I would try to do a little bit of preventive officiating, but when you're talking NFL, there is no preventive officiating there. It's just those little small false start penalties, things like that. Those you got to get. But like I said, I've seen it all year where I've seen it and be like, man, how did that guy not get called for a false start? And again, it seems like it's only the offensive tackles, but I don't know if it's just because of the 2-point stance alignment or if they're looking at some other key and maybe the defense is moving before the snap. I don't know. But yeah, it did seem like there's a good bit of no calls on false starts.
In the Rams-Bucs game, sorry to bring this up, Nate, towards the end of the fourth quarter, there was a late hit on Mike Evans, and the breakdown by the head official in this game was what I would hope to see and hope to hear from the referees as far as when they're breaking down a very crucial call as well as one that had lots of elements. I saw a couple of people saying like, oh, this is taking forever for him to explain. This is what I would like to hear and like to see from the NFL and the officials. So take us a little bit through this, what happened on the field, what the outcome was, and your thoughts on the explanation.
If I saw it, I would tell you.
This was the Bucs game, mate.
I was on my way home and I didn't see this one.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll break it down for you. So this was a 4th down and about 14. The place on the field only matters because of why the Bucs were going for it. I think the Bucs were in about like the 35-ish, that range of the Rams. They went for it. Tom Brady threw a pass down the left sideline to Mike Evans. It was broken up, and then pretty much right after the ball hit the ground, a Rams player helmet to helmet late on Mike Evans. Officials throw the flag. So they're talking about it on what's going on. They come back after they review it, and it comes out that 4th down, incomplete pass because the late hit happened after the pass hit the ground. It was dead ball. So it was after the possession had changed hands and the Rams were given the ball and then assessed a 15-yard penalty after the placement of the ball. So they had it on like their own 20-ish yard line. But there was a lot of discussion because you saw some Tampa Bay, you saw Mike Evans being like, really? Isn't this pass interference? But it was clearly after the play and it was not a pass interference call. So I just thought the official did a really good job explaining it. And even while the explanation, I think Leonard Fournette and somebody else were like trying to get in his way and being like, really, this is dumb. I mean, I don't know what they were saying, but you could tell they were trying to talk to him as he was working through it.
Yeah, I just found the video on this. And like you said, it's a dead ball late hit. So it's not going to result in a first down because, like you said, it's after the play was over. It looks like I can't tell if he tips it or Ramsey tips it. I'm trying to go super slow here. But yeah, the ball's nowhere near the receiver. But I mean, I don't think Weddle knows where the ball's at. He's just going to separate the man from the ball here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they also could have had, if they wanted to make it a live ball foul, which I don't think it is, they could have had a hit on defenseless receiver because he does go high and hits him helmet to helmet.
Does that matter if it's after the play is dead?
No, if it's a dead ball
Okay.
foul, it's going
Yeah.
to be a dead ball foul. But
Okay. All right, Jim, I think you saw this in real time. Your thoughts?
I'm busy. Do your beanbag bop by yourself. I have to give the world the gift that is Sam.
Oh,
This can't be
Oh,
done.
my-
This can't be done at another time.
It
oh
cannot.
my. Oh my God.
Okay, we'll see Jim's prowess here.
You asked
we-
for it. Sam, if you want it down, you got to tell me. Remember, you did this.
Oh, I think it's hilarious.
Okay.
All right, we saw some taunting calls this weekend, which we did not see really last weekend. We saw one on Saturday. I forget which game it was, but it was after a pass breakup. And there was, definitely like the stare down, and I'm sure things were said. But finally saw that, which while it was going on, I was like, are they going to throw a flag finally on this? And they did. Nate, you said there were 3 in the first half of the Bucs Rams games, which I did not see. So what are your thoughts on the taunting penalties today?
so the first one was on Ndamukong Suh, which should be a surprise to no one. So he got a hit on Stafford and going to the ground, and he came up saying, "Did you see that? He tried to kick me, or he kicked me, or whatever." And I watched it back slow on TV when they were showing the replay. I didn't see anything there. But again, it's Sue, so no surprise. And then the second one was on Levante David coming off the field after Cooper Kupp's 50-some-yard touchdown catch. And he was upset with the busted coverage and threw his helmet as he was walking off the field, which, come on, you're better than that. So that one, obviously. But then the last one on Brady, I didn't really understand. Von Miller came in, hit him up around I would say the collarbone, but I think the top of his helmet nicked his chin. And it looked like Brady probably bit his lip as a result from the hit. And he had a fat lip, bloody lip or whatever. And he's getting into Sean Hawkey's face saying, how do you not call that? And I understand where he's coming from because, there's been a lot less this year. And every game, it seems like, that has been called roughing the passer. But Sean threw a 15-yard unsportsmanlike on Brady, which I get it. He was in his face about it. But if it's not being picked up on a mic or anything about it, he's just putting out his frustrations. And I know I'm probably coming off as a Bucs or a Brady homer, but if the guy's just getting in your face about a non-call or whatever, and it's not on the mic and no one else is really know what's going on, don't make yourself the focal point by throwing the flag. Unless you're telling the guy, all right, I heard you, that's enough, and he keeps jawing or keeps following you or things like that, then yeah, you can hit him. But don't make yourself, like I said, the focal point and bring attention to yourself by throwing 15-yard flags.
Yeah, after last weekend and really towards the end of the season, we didn't see as many taunting calls. So I'm wondering if there was something with these two teams that the NFL had a proactive conversation of, hey, we've seen this throughout the year, very thin line for you two teams today. I don't know. Or the Bucs themselves. I have no idea.
But yeah, with some of the players, like I mentioned, Sue, and then Donald can get pretty nasty, but I mean, he can back it up. And then Ramsey always seems to run his mouth, but can back it up with his play. But yeah, I'm not surprised that there were some taunting calls. Definitely not. Didn't expect to see one on Brady or David, but oh well. Stakes cost you.
6 cost you. All right. Anything else from the weekend? Plays, thoughts? Sam, any other snippets?
I did find my pictures from SoFi Stadium.
Yeah. Your thoughts
I'm a
are?
big fan of, they have palm trees like all through there. And they also have a very interestingly shaped stadium.
What would you describe the shape as?
It's like, I mean, it's like a circle, but then they have like a cool roof, like covering that goes over it. That's like very, like a big arch almost.
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't look like Heinz Field. That's not, no,
Okay. So it's not Heinz Field. Got it.
not Heinz Field. No, not even comparable.
All right. This is
More beautiful location.
one of the last installments of the Beanbag Bop this year. We got a couple more
We got
left.
2 more, right?
Couple
That
more
makes me
left.
so sad.
And you're going to miss next week's, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
It's going to be a thing. All right. And that wraps up the NFL Divisional Round edition of the Beanbag Bop.